Okay then. Hello. This looks different than. Oh, that's the other side. Okay. This looks different than in the camera. Okay. Hello. Let's see. Is anybody watching? I do not think so. Oh my lord, cats. Calm down. All right. So, well, even if I'm the only one watching, I might as well get started. Okay, so first things first, then update on the bill. There is no update on the bill. It's still in the House Foreign Affairs Committee. It is still in the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee. Honestly, I don't know what I'm expecting with these daily updates to the bill. But I will say, however, that the House bill did get an additional co-sponsor as of today. So far, 19 people have co-sponsored. They're all Democratic representatives in the Senate, which I think is sad. I think this should be a bipartisan thing. I don't care if the president is a Republican or Democrat. I don't think they should be able to, nuke a country without, a declaration of war. Of course, I'm willing to bet that, the petition, by the way, the petition for that is still in the description. If you agree with that, please go ahead and sign it. Link in the description down that way. Yes. I'm not sure if the petition will do much for the Republicans. That's probably going to have to come from constituents of those areas calling their representative and asking them to support the bill. Because even I look at this petition and the way it's worded, it's clearly against Trump. But in my view, it shouldn't be a thing about Trump or Republican or Democrat. It should be just something that you sign because it's right, not because we don't want Trump to do it. Because it should be because we don't want anyone to do it. So yes, in any case, that is the petition that's going around right now. I signed the daily cost one. I'm having thoughts about making one that's not worded to be specifically against Trump. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm not good with petitions. But still. In any case, we should get started on this. Oh, by the way, the origami that I ordered from Amazon and the webcam that I ordered from Amazon, supposedly they arrived. They arrived yesterday, according to the Amazon page. It says they arrived. I haven't had a chance to go check the mail, so yeah, it's a PO box. In case you're wondering, how the hell can you not check the mail? Yeah, it's a PO box. That's how I cannot check the mail. So I actually have to go out there and look for it. I don't know when I'm gonna have to get the chance. Hopefully Saturday. Sorry about not coming on yesterday, by the way. I kind of like got home late, cause I had an extracurricular activity. There's a club I'm in. So, yeah, went to the club, and then I got home. It was 6:30. I figured, oh, I'll sleep and then do the stream at 7:30, and then it was 9:30. Yeah, that happened. I wasn't about to do the stream. Oh, by the way, it's early enough that I bought this a few days ago, and now I can finally drink it because it's not that late at night, and the caffeine isn't gonna keep me awake for the rest of time. Okay, maybe not for the rest of time, but for the rest of the day or night, or it's not even night. I don't mind if it keeps me up for the rest of the day. It's the night that I don't want to be up. I have problems sleeping as it is. Anyway, I should talk about news. New news. Yes, Trump's solo press conference. Whew, that's a doozy. Oh my. So, Trump's solo press conference. That was something. Oh my, that was something. That was something else. Holy shit. He just lashed out at the media. He did not hold back. And I can see why, kind of, he's frustrated. But, wow. The one good thing I can say that Trump said in that, though, is that he seems to finally understand what a fucking nuclear holocaust means. Oh my god. He finally seems to have gotten the memo, nuclear holocaust bad. Took him long enough. Jesus. The way he talked about nukes on the campaign trail. I mean, if you paid attention, he called for Japan and South Korea. Well, he said he wouldn't mind if Japan and South Korea got nukes, but Jesus, that's... During the campaign trail, it seemed like he just wanted every country on the face of the planet to get a nuclear weapon, which is a bad idea. There's just no ways around it. No, you do not want that to happen. I don't even think America should have nuclear weapons. In any case, though, at least he's willing to admit that nuclear holocaust bad. That's not actually the words he used, but, like, really, that's how you can sum it up. I'm not sure the exact words that he used. I saw that part of the, press conference yesterday, and then I can't remember exactly what I said, but I do remember watching that and thinking, he finally understands what a nuclear holocaust means. Jesus. God. It took him long enough. It really did take him long enough. But for the rest of it, he just lashed out at the media, and I know he's complaining about fake news, and fake news is a problem. I just don't think it's a problem from the networks he's talking about. There's a difference between completely 100% fake news and news that's deliberately designed to be clickbait, if you ask me. One is based off of some fact, but then stretched to the point of extremes. And then the other is like Facebook posts that is just complete and total bullshit. That's the difference that I make between clickbait news and fake news. I think clickbait news is more common among the mainstream media, like, you know, CNN and any of those other ones, actually. CNN, Fox, NBC, ABC, any of them. They all do clickbait news. And it's because the mainstream TV stuff is kind of getting less and less relevant. I don't know, the way I see it, unless they start adapting to the internet age, they're not going to remain relevant for long. They should be able to adapt to the internet age very easily. I mean, if they put their mind to it anyway. I don't understand why they don't. Maybe it's because they're run by old farts. But even then, just get the right team and you should be able to do it. Anyway, one done. I don't mean to insult them. Although that is what I'm saying, kind of what I'm doing. It's just, you know, those corporate executives, sometimes you look at what they're doing and it's so clear they don't understand the next generation. They don't understand the coming generation. They don't understand the significance of the web. They don't understand web culture. I mean, I think that's part of the thing. The thing with PewDiePie. The Wall Street Journal, they don't understand all of web culture. Oh, another thing about, this is kind of unrelated to what I was just talking about. When it comes to PewDiePie's thing, a lot of the, I know no one's gonna listen to this, but I still just want to say this. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's some conspiracy to intentionally make PewDiePie. It's a conspiracy to defame PewDiePie. Just look at the, Armored Skeptic, actually, was one who said, oh, just look at the YouTube trending feed. It's only people who are anti-Trump and people who are saying that PewDiePie deserved this. okay, it's I don't think there's I think it's wrong to think there's a massive conspiracy to like make PewDiePie look bad. Is there if there is a conspiracy, it's only to get more clicks and more money. That's it. I think when the Wall Street Journal made that article, the people who were writing it, they weren't thinking about, oh, we're gonna make PewDiePie look bad and we're gonna make him lose his job and blah 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 blah, blah this, blah that. No, I think they were probably thinking this is gonna get a lot of clicks, and and the Wall Street Journal is gonna get a lot of new subscribers from this, and then we're going to be praised by our superiors. They were probably thinking about the dollar signs and not, about how they were portraying PewDiePie. That's the problem with clickbait journalism. And yeah, that's the term I made up, but still. That's what it is. It's clickbait journalism. Now, granted, I'm not sure exactly what the Wall Street Journal article said, and I'm not about to pay $1 to read the whole thing. But it might not entirely be invalid, their criticism of some of his jokes, but from what I understand, a lot of people were upset because they made PewDiePie seem like a complete anti-Semite, which I was one of his early subscribers. He's not an anti-Semite. Does he make crude jokes that piss people off? Oh yeah, he's done that since day one. For the record, I'm no longer subscribed to PewDiePie because I don't like his new content. He's changed a lot. I mean, I'm glad that he's being more honest with himself, but I'm not a fan of his new content. That doesn't mean he shouldn't keep making it. I mean, 53 million subscribers. He still has that much subscribers for a fucking reason. It's just not my cup of tea. But the complete mischaracterization of PewDiePie, that it's just a classic example of clickbait journalism. So, what else should we talk about? There's other stuff in the news today. Supposedly, the Associated Press got a copy of a memo that was going within the State Department, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. One of the departments that would have had the National Guard deployed to assist in detaining immigrants. Basically detaining immigrants. That's kind of scary. I know that some Democrats in the House have compared it to World War II. They've denied that they were trying to compare it to Nazi Germany. I'm not sure how truthful that is. Even I, as a Democrat, I'm skeptical about that. But I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt for now. But still, using the National Guard to detain and deport immigrants, that is a scary thought. It would be an unprecedented deployment. I mean, I'm not sure if it's on World War II levels of scary, but it is scary. Luckily, supposedly, it was a draft memo that was in the very early stages of development, and the government, the administration never seriously considered it. In fact, from what I understand, it never even really got through to the White House. Which shows that there's at least some sane people there. Hopefully they can restrain Trump's more crazy side. At least in the press conferences and tweets, so far they have not been able to do that. In all honesty, this whole situation with Trump and the immigration stuff. He said he's going to make another executive order on immigration next week. I can't really comment on the contents until I see what the final contents are. I mean, supposedly this one is going to stand up to legal scrutiny. We'll have to wait and see if it will. I'm all alone. Don't wanna be all by myself. Okay, I'll stop before I get a strike. John Oliver did a video on Trump. John Oliver, I really like him. He's not always, you know... I'm not gonna say he's not always right, because I think a lot of the times I agree with him, although there are some things that I disagree with him. But overall, I have a positive view of him. He made a new video on Trump. Go ahead and check it out. It's on YouTube. It might not be available in certain countries. But still. Hopefully, though, that last video was just going up against Trump and, you know, some of his... It was called Trump versus the Truth. It was interesting. Although, really, the only thing I can say about it... The only thing I can say about it is, do you really expect Trump... We're talking about Trump here. He tells what he thinks, but what he thinks isn't necessarily reality. What else can I talk about? Oh, yes, Trump's nominees for cabinet positions. So, first things first, his original nominee for Secretary of Labor, I think it was, withdrew, which a lot of Democrats are glad about. I was never fully sure of his record because I didn't get a full look at it. I mean, I was leaning against him, but, you know, I was still... I could have been convinced. But his new pick for the Secretary of Labor, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of him. But at the same time, number one, I think he's better than the other guy, and number two, I think he's the best we're gonna get from a Republican candidate, from a Republican president. So honestly, as much as I want to oppose him, I I can't fully say that I don't think Democrats should block him. Should they voice concerns about him? Yeah, definitely. Any concerns that they have about him, they should voice them during the debates. But ultimately, when push comes to shove, don't try to filibuster him or anything like that. Just let him. Let him go. He's the best we're gonna get, I think. He's not perfect, but you gotta make do with what you got. That's the way I see it. I'm not saying they should vote for him. I'm saying they should not stop Republicans from, putting him into the cabinet, even if it's just with a simple majority vote. And Scott Pruitt, a longtime opponent of the EPA, now runs the EPA. I don't think the EPA is going to do its job anymore. Not with Scott Pruitt there. Scott Pruitt said he will carry out the duties of the EPA, but there were numerous other court cases against the EPA that he was involved with, so yeah, I don't think he's really going to. I think he's gonna do the bare minimum that the law requires him to do. Because obviously, if the law requires the EPA to do something, the guy has a background in law, he knows he has to do it, so he's going to do it. But I don't think he's gonna do anything more than that. Whew. Oh, there's massive protests going on in Romania. Apparently the Romanian government made a proposal for a law that would basically make corruption not a crime for if it's under a certain amount of dollars. That's not a good move, if you ask me. Supposedly, it's to reduce prison overcrowding, but if you ask me, if you want to reduce prison overcrowding, maybe reform the criminal justice system instead of making certain kinds of corruption essentially legal. So yeah, a lot of people in Romania are upset about that. They were protesting on the streets, from what I understand. Hopefully that, corruption thing gets turned around and, taken away. Because that's not good. But, it's up to the Romanians to decide in the end. So far they're protesting against it. I think that's a good move. I think they should keep at it if they really do disagree with it. Okay, for supposedly. Okay, so there's an update as to the for the killing of Kim Jong Nam. So, the suspects, several suspects, who believed to have been involved in his death have been captured, and, Malaysia is supposedly going to do an autopsy to, get more information, which, understandable. But North Korea has said that they will reject any autopsy that happens without their supervision, and have demanded that the body be returned, to which Malaysia basically said, "Give us some DNA." I don't know why they need it. I need it. I'm assuming it's because they will only release the body to the family, and they want evidence that who they're sending it to will be family. But I could be wrong about that. I don't fully understand the situation. I could have just read wrong. But wow, it's amazing how North Korea is going to reject it. I think that shows that it was probably, I think, my personal theory on the death of Kim Jong Nam. I think that the North Korean government was involved, but it wasn't like this. Some people are saying, oh, it was a message to the West. I don't think so. I think it has more to do with the internal power dynamics in North Korea. The internal power struggle, the attempt by Kim Jong Un to, solidify power and gain full and complete and undisputed control over the country. Not an example to, not an attempt to send an example to the West or anything like that. Although, from what I understand, there's a lot of people in the Chinese government that are not so happy with what happened because he was killed in China. Well, Hong Kong. Was it Macau? I think Macau, which is technically part of China, but technically administered almost as if it were separate. It's complicated. I think CGP Grey did an excellent video on it. Okay, sorry about this. Just this is the most difficult fold. So, all right, here we go. Okay, what else? Tony Blair is supposedly going to try and change British minds about the European Union. I don't know how he expects to do that and what he expects to accomplish by doing that. I haven't read the article, that's just the headline. There's probably more, he probably has some plans that's detailed in the articles that I'm not fully aware of, and quite frankly, I don't think there's really anything the British opposition can do to prevent Europe's exit from the EU at this point. As much as I don't like the idea of, Britain leaving the EU. Okay, so 2, 4, 5. I'm sorry if I'm quiet for today. I kind of had to wasn't able to do as much extensive reading on the news as I normally am able to do. I have some plans for later today, which is something that's kind of unusual. Oh yeah, another thing about Trump. Apparently he's called fake news media, the enemy of the American people. And they named like a whole bunch of news outlets to as fake news. Which wow. Most of them aren't really guilty of fake news. Clickbait news, well, definitely. Fake news, nah. I don't think so. Here comes the hard fold again. Alright. Hopefully tomorrow, when I do the stream, I'll actually have the camera so you can see what I'm folding. Oh, so quiet. No one's watching. It's at times like this that I realize how much I depend on the chat for, interaction. 6 done. Okay. Wow, I feel like I'm being really silent in this stream. Sorry about that. I am not being very entertaining, am I? Oopsies. Well, this was meant to be a protest, not something where I'm constantly entertaining people. I'm doing this because I want people to understand. I want people to understand just how bad nuclear weapons can be. And a lot of people do understand. A lot of people don't. I just want them to get the message that at least I don't know if Trump is going to continue that kind of rhetoric now that he's president, but the kind of rhetoric that he had on the campaign trail, it is not productive to global security, not just American national security, but global security. Okay, another one done. 2, 4, 6, 7. Is it really only 7? Oh. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, I guess it is only 7. Oh, oh yeah. I may have talked about this last time, but Trump's statements on the potential solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The whole idea that somehow a one-state solution. He's apparently willing to back a one-state solution. I don't understand how that will work because it would involve giving all the Palestinians Israeli citizenship, and that, in the view of some people, could threaten Israel's Jewish majority. Besides, the Palestinians have continually been demanding that they be able to gain their own independent country as a result of the peace talks. That's one of the demands that's been consistent throughout the whole thing. So yeah, I have no idea how the hell Trump thinks he can work that one out. Oh wow, I really can't think of anything to talk about. There's a few things I could talk about, I just don't want to talk about it right now because it's not decided whether or not it's actually going to happen. Well, this is even more lonely than the last stream I did. 2, 4, 6, 8. Whew, the silence is overwhelming. Yeah, not many people are going to be watching this one. They're going to be clicking away a lot. Oh well. I'm waiting for the chat to go active and it's just not. uh, Beautiful. Okay. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. One more, and then I guess I'm done. Because in case I'm not able to get the mail tomorrow, I have to have 10 more pieces of origami so I can continue folding tomorrow. Come on. And there we go. Alright. This should be the last one for this stream. Wow, no one else came on this whole time. Lonely. Such is the life of a YouTuber that no one gives a fuck about. this side, I guess. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Done. Alright, I guess asking you guys to like and share is pointless because there's no one watching this, but I'll just say you can like and share if you want to, if you watch this later and you want to support me. About those two bills that I talked about at the beginning of this, if I remember correctly, HR.669 and S.200. If you support those, sign the petition in the description asking Congress to pass it, and call your congressman. That is probably more important than signing the petition itself. And with that, I guess I'm going to have to go and get ready for the other stuff I have planned for tonight. I'll see you guys next time.